Okay, my name is Parn Hung. Okay, I'm the last one, and I spent a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to say hello. Happy New Year. Okay. Okay, my topic is this. The Maze Runner is a game of running for survival, and my approach is to apply Carl Jung's archetypal theory and Joseph Campbell's mythological theory into this text to analyze the protagonist Thomas's mental development of his searching for running out of the maze. My thesis, my study is developed into two parts. The first part is my purpose of study, and I will introduce Carl Jung's archetypal theory and Joseph Campbell's mythological theory to become a journey of becoming a hero. And then I will try to apply it into the text to analyze Thomas's mental development. Okay. To begin with, as we know that Carl Jung's theory, Carl Jung is the follower of Sigmund Freud, so he's also a psychoanalyst, but his focus is different from Sigmund Freud because his focus is on cultural aspects. Through his clinic observation, he thinks that the formation of a personality is very similar in everywhere, in everybody, in every mind. So he separates the consciousness and the unconsciousness, and then he thinks that the integration of the consciousness and the unconsciousness will become a completeness of personality. That is his so-called the self, the capital self, and the process of this formation of the completeness of the psyche, human psyche, he called individuation. And the final stage of the individuation process, he called that the self-realization. So, Carl Jung's observation of his archetypal theory, he thinks that the similar stereotypes, similar characters appearing not only in literary texts, but also appearing in, for example, patient's mind or some books, some fairy tales, no matter where it is, he thinks they go through a similar process. So later, when Joseph Campbell talking about this topic, when he's discussing about the primal rights of in different mythologies, he thinks that Carl Jung's individuation process is similar to his theory. So he then developed a hero's journey. He thinks that as a hero, as a literary hero, an archetypal hero, this kind of character in different kind of literary texts will repetitively appear in different texts, and they will go through very similar, or he can say that it's very identical process. Like first of all, as we know in this the Maze Runner, Thomas he's forced to come into this maze, and then he become a runner in this story. He's forced into this world, this place, and he didn't know why. And then he stepped on his spiritual journey, and then first of all, his motivation is just want to become a survivor of this game, because if they can find the code of this maze, they run they run for the map of this maze, and then they could find the code. And then he's helped by many people, and then he's fighting against with his fear, fighting against with his selfishness, and then he transformed himself inward and outward to become a real leader, of the maze. He called himself not a hero, but he wants to fight against the leader of LB after he fights against with himself. Okay, so as we know this topic, I forget to talk about the story. The story is talking about a character called Thomas, and he's coming to this world without knowing any memory, and he come to the community. There is a community called Glader, and the total leader of the Glader is called LB, and the LB assigned a different leader. Different group have a keeper, and first of all, Thomas is assigned to become a runner, but finally he conquered his fear to being killed by a griever. The griever is a monster in the maze. He's always fighting with not only the griever but also his inner fear of to being killed. So finally, during the process of fighting or integration, not only in his consciousness but also in his unconsciousness, he's finally proves to be a real hero of this literary text. Thank you very much.
Thank you.